six, 7 years later, you're 75 stores. When did you start to feel, the pain of scaling? I mean, the first three you probably could manage pretty easily, but when do you feel that, you're on the limits of the original structure?
I think you felt it actually from the second restaurant you started to have. I mean, it's the same as with children. It's a big huge difference to have one or two children. But I think when we really understood that we need to do something about it is when we really understood the potential we had in Bastard Burgers. I think a lot of learnings from when we scaled the home cleaning company, because we didn't build for scale at any time. We just scaled. And we also learned what happens when you do that, because all my time and all my father's time was spent on just sustaining it, just staff, guest relations, just daily business all the time. So all the time we used to spend in business development, in launching new services, launching into new cities, we didn't have time for any of that. And I started to see the same here, that all my time started to be spent at daily business. And I said, we need to get someone on board who has done this before. And I also had a guy in mind, because I met this guy when we looked at O'Larry's, who is a Swedish sports bar chain, or is an international sports bar chain. I met him a couple of years before that and was extremely impressed with his way of running a chain. So I contacted him. His name is Wilhelm Wintelescu. I contacted him and said, look, we have this burger place. We have 4 restaurants. We are about to open restaurant number 5 and 6, and we think we really have something here, and we need to get some experience on board. And we offered him a place as a chairman of our board, and also to come in as a stakeholder, to buy shares. So we met with him, first me, and then the entire team. He is a extremely strong personality with extremely strong views and opinions, and he was extremely clear on what he saw for Bastard Burgers and what we needed to do for this to be a success, but also for him to be interested in joining. So first he pitched his vision for Bastard Burgers, and it was a classic, like a napkin sketch. But he said that we need to pull the brakes right now and look at the organization and build a structure for the organization, because we were 4 or 5 guys who did everything together. We need to have someone in charge of this. And in the beginning, maybe you will be in charge of 3 or 4 things, but you need to have a plan for which things are you going to let go when you scale, and when are you going to let them go. We need to get someone on board who is an operational excellence guy, because it's a huge difference, like you said, running one restaurant and then building operational excellence in a chain. So we need to have someone running the operations department, and we need an external organization to help us build the restaurants, because now we are out there ourselves, putting stickers on tables, putting tiles on the walls, and they keep falling down. So we needed someone to help us build the restaurants. And he said, we get this in place, then we open 25 more restaurants, 30 more restaurants. Then we bring in a strong financial partner, private equity or industrial partner. We get the resources to go into the Nordics, and then we open in Finland and in Norway. And we are with them for 4 years, 5 years. After that, we find a big international player, and then we take this brand worldwide.
All right.
And like back then, we had the one restaurants in Luleå, in Uppsala, in Östersund, in Gävle. So we were small, but that was his vision.
Far away from global domination.
Yeah, but the
vision was there.
He really put the vision up there for us. And also he said, If he's going to be interested, we also need to have a couple of values added to this. One thing is our view on green food and vegan food.
Mm-hmm.
We had, I think, 2 vegan burgers on the menu. We thought they were great offerings. We started in Luleå, where the vegan sales weren't really that high.
Mm-hmm.
But he said it's one of the trends that we need to look at. Also, his daughters were vegan, so he said,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing this if he said you have 1 year to make the menu mirrored. So everything you offered as meat, you need to offer as plant-based as well.
Wow, that's quite ambitious.
Yeah, you have 1 year. And he said you need to be much more equal. You're just a bunch of dudes. There are bear, tattoos, and burgers. You're not going to build a successful change on a bunch of dudes. So you need to do something about this. And we said, oh, when we are recruiting, we get 99% male applicants. And he said, you need to have a plan for that, because that's not going to work. So you need to find a way to be a more equal company. And then you need to have active sustainability work.
Mm-hmm.
You're selling red meat. You need to have a plan here.
Yeah.
So he came with like this vision and these values. I said, if we are aligned here, I'm in. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked, me and the rest of the team, and we all agreed, okay, we need to get him on board.
It's a pretty powerful vision.
Yeah, and he's a salesman. He has such enthusiasm and strong feelings. So he's a force of nature. So we said, yes, please join us. But yeah, he did, and we made plans to actions to all of his demands, and we ran with it. And that's pretty much. We opened 30 restaurants. We found the partner in Equip, which is a partner now, and we together with them we've entered the Nordics.
Fantastic story, that.